please join me in welcoming Andre Exner, who's Group IT Director of Customer Hub and Common Analytics for TUI. He's joining us coming from Germany, and he's here to share valuable insights and strategies that can help you transform your data practices.
Thanks. Hey, good afternoon. We start with
TUI, live happy.
So guys, I hope you live happy, and welcome to the session on moving from a product focus to a customer focus. And I hope you like this little introduction video because it has a purpose. You might have noticed something. We did not talk about a single product, not about a package or a hotel or whatsoever. It was just about the customer experience, and that's the topic for today. It's about the moments, the memories. And moments, Jeff, this is absolutely also the topic here of our conference. But first things first. So some of you might know us already, some not. So some facts on TUI. We are a global operating company. Our source markets are mainly in Europe, Germany, Nordics, UK, but we have global destinations, of course. And we are vertically integrated. It's very important. So we have our own cruise ships, we have hotels, we have our own airline, and we have travel agencies as well as excursions. 1 million things to do is what we say. And you can imagine that COVID really hit us hard. So we had to stop operations just overnight. And these were really difficult times. We could barely survive, but here we are. We are back and stronger than before. And that is because we took the time to reorganize ourselves, not only on technology, but also from an organizational point of view. And this vertical integration helped very much in it, because we can create moments and customer experience that others can't, like brokers, for example. And also very important, can travel be sustainable? We think, yes, it can. So we have the TUI Care Foundation, and they have long-term initiatives in our destinations for the economic growth, and that's really important. As well as we care about our people, so we want not only our guests to travel, but also our guys, and so we have TUI Worldwide Working. So as a TUI employee, you can work from ever and whenever you want. It's fictional. So this is our CIO, Sebastian Ebel, but maybe we will see that in the future. It should show like our transformation. We want to transform from this traditional tanker to a really modern experience platform, a customer experienced enterprise. And this is not something where you tick a box or you do a single decision. This needs a complete strategy. So you have to work on that, and it takes time. And so we did, And this shows our strategy diamond. And it has 5 pillars. So these are our main directions, our main focus for our strategy. Bottom left, again, people. So as a service-oriented company, these moments, these customer experiences, they are created by people, not by systems, not by bricks. Then again, sustainability. We want to be the most sustainable travel company in the world. The middle layer, this again shows our vertical integration. So we have markets and airlines, as we call it. That's the traditional tour operator business. So the package holiday, you go for sun and beach. And on the right side, we have our assets that we sell. And the power comes of combining both and getting the strengths out of that. But more importantly, on top of it, we created the central customer ecosystem. So that shows that is really our focus. And again, this is not just from a technology point of view important, also from an organizational view. So we also changed our organization. Some of you might be familiar with Conway's law. So that says your IT ecosystem will always look like your business organization. And if you are structured in silos, so will your IT landscape look like, and you don't want to have that. What does it now practical means? It means like we want all of our products to offer to all our customers in all channels across all source markets. Well, sounds simple. It is difficult. We need one customer account, of course, but we still have an offline and an online business. Even not everyone has an email address, or at least we don't know about it. We need one selling platform across the group. We need one app, because we only want to invest $1 in a solution once and not build the same capability here and there and all and over again. And again, it's not easy if you are a multinational enterprise with a long history and all the silos. So this takes really some effort, and we are still on a journey to it. And of course, if you have one selling platform, one mobile app, you still have to adapt to the individual markets because they are still different. Not only Europe, across the world, of course, when we want to go. Again, from product to customer. So on the left side, you see this kind of traditional travel services. So a package, a car hire, hotels. And each of them, they have their own sales strategy, but they are also very very linked to each other. What does it mean? So, for example, an airline. I can tell you, airline is not fun. Sorry if somebody from airline is here. It's really costly. You know, things happen all over the place, and this gives you really challenges. But you need it. How can you sell your package if you don't have your own airline? So good that you have a new hotel in Tanzania, but your competitor saying, "Oh, interesting. I'm not sure how you will get your guests there because our flights will not do that." And package, again, is low margin, but you still need it for up and cross-selling. So this is something you always have to have on your mind. And we are shifting to the right side, to a customer life cycle, to a customer journey. We're now focusing more on our interaction with the customer. And this is so important because we have a low volume but high revenue business, so which means we have barely 2 transactions with a customer a year. So how do you stay close? And that might be easier while booking. So if you have a booking and our guests travel, so you can be close. But it's also important when you start, when in this welcome phase, for example. And of course, it should all go into a loyalty program. So when you have your customers really close to you. And really crucial is this rebooking phase. So you had your great holiday, hopefully. You're coming back, and you're saying, well, I have to go to work. I have to go back to school. That's really not so good. I have to look forward to something. And that's the moment where we have to be there and to be close to our customer. But this will only work if the customer experience was great. Because if not, then our guests will just file forms and so on and not rebook. And therefore, it's also very important that we measure our customer experience in the classic ways, of course. So NPS, that's very important. You have to bring the cost of non-quality down. And so customer service, of course, goes hand in hand with customer experience. And if you don't understand where your customers are, or you just learn it from social media, that's quite late. So you should better do that early. So to wrap it up, this is our brand purpose. TUI creates the moments that make life richer. It's again this live happy thing. And it's not about a product, a destination, a segment. It's just purely about what you experience in our holidays. How can you do that? And the key, we think, for us is personalization at scale, or hyper-personalization, as recently it was coined. And I like to explain it with the analogy of the marketplace experience. So what do I mean? In the town where I live, we have a weekly market, and I really love to go there. And that's definitely not because of the pricing, because it's really expensive. But if I go there, the first merchant already approaches me like, hey, Andre, I have the strawberries for you I like so much. And you know what, for your daughter, because he knows my household, I have the pineapples, just here for you. And another merchant already has the special cheese for me, just for me. And he might know my allergies. And this kind of experience, this is what I really enjoy. It's also a social experience. I meet the guys, I'm in interaction with these guys. And of course, it's difficult to scale, so that would not be possible. But we have the technology, and CDP is one of it, to provide exactly these experiences to our customers. It comes with challenges, no surprise. And just 5 of them I have put here. So this experience I just explained, so this totally tailored and just for me experience, this is what I want, but I'm also paradox, and I imagine you too, because the privacy paradox says, like, we want this kind of tailored offering, but on the other side, we don't want to share anything of data. We even make a challenge or competition of it, like, how dark can I get? But of course, the next time I reach out to the company, I want them to understand me, to know me. That makes it difficult. Third-party cookie loss was mentioned here quite often already. And we see it even as an advantage to some extent, of course. It would be nice if that would still be there, but it's also an advantage. Because, again, vertically integrated, we have that size, so we are able to get our first-party data, and others can't. So if we only do that right, with the right technology in place, then we are able to have an advantage even to our competition. So typically online travel agencies, so this broker model, from where should they get their data? So that's get really difficult for them. Identity resolution. So this always looks so easy on the slides. You just put data in there from the left, it all stitches, and then it flows down to the downstream systems. But reality, of course, again, in our siloed enterprise, it is really difficult because you have all these different systems bringing the data in. So stitching is a challenge, of course. And good that there's technology that helps you with that. AI. Inversion of the internet is something very important for us because today our physical customers come to our website, to our app, whatsoever, searching, browsing, and the experience is, of course, tailored to that. But this will change. The AI assistants will come in, and they might search very different because the customers just gave their personal thinking about it, what they want to do, and then the AI assistant might be able to compare much better than a customer could do. So, and we have to adapt to that. If we just stick to our UI and interfaces that we have today, this will not work. And on the bottom, of course, permissions and data privacy requirements. That was also a big topic here on the conference. And I took away also that it's kind of positive thing because you can convince and win your customer. It is about trust. That's what Jeff also said. And trust is very important. Like for a brand like us, if we have a data breach, that is just something we must not do. And so we don't have to adapt only to this reaching or growing data privacy requirements. It's also even difficult, a second challenge, to exchange data within the company because we have so many different entities. So you're not able, if you have a customer in UK, a TUI customer, you cannot just send over the data to TUI Germany and target this customer. And so this is also something we're working on and inventing new entities, these kind of things. So more practically, how do we do that? And again, data. Data is important. Data is the foundation of everything of that. If you have no data, then you're just not able to personalize or do all that stuff. And that's why we treat really data as a first-class citizen. We treat data as a product, even. What does it mean? So a product has normally a purpose. It has an owner. It has a life cycle. Maybe you advertise even. And it's easy to access. And we have created an internal marketplace for data or data catalog so that you can easily look up the data that you need. So it's really governed. You have to audit it. And so if you treat data that way, it's a real asset and the foundation for everything downstream. And what we have created is Customer Data Platform Services, CDPS. And from a logical perspective, it has 3 layers. So first of all, you have to get your data right, which means it has to be unified, it has to be accessible. So that's the foundation, tick in the box. Then you want to have classic customer insights out of it. Of course, this classic reporting is also very important. But on top of it, the 3rd layer, it's the most important. That's what you need for personalization. All the data, bring it together to a complete customer profile. And on the left side, again, we have this unstructured data from legacy systems, semi-structured data, real-time data, offline data, all of these things, and you have to cope with it and bring into these layers to put the customer at your heart. In a more detailed view here, it's just showing kind of logical architecture that we set up for this. And it has, of course, these 3 steps: collecting the data, transforming the data, and then activate the data. And on the left side, we have the entities. I don't know, more than 50, I think, we have in the group that provide their data in the way they have it. And it's of course, transaction data, it's behavioral data, whatever you can think of. And it's really important that we get that data. And then it gets into the middle layer, where we have, of course, an ecosystem. We have an account system, and it's partly built by ourselves, it's partly off the shelf. And of course, we have a permission system, which is very important. And down below in the middle, this is what just explained as CDPS, or Single Customer View. And here, and there's also links to what we have learned just this morning, if you have attended the session here with Brace. This is where all the data comes together, the offline data and also the real-time data, because it's very important to get the power of both. Real-time is good, but if you are not able to enrich the data that you have, it's very difficult for a lot of use cases bringing forward. So in the center of it here, we have the CDP for the real-time use cases. Then we have Snowflake technology in place for our enterprise data warehouse. And we have AWS technologies for our data lake, where all of that data lands, first of all, where we also take care of PI data. So we think you have to take care of PII data upstream as possible to really make sure that you don't have a gap somewhere. So we do that already there. And we even created our own data science platform. So that's, of course, not greenfield. Nobody would do that. It is also on top of AWS technologies, but makes it easier for the organization to bring forward data science cases. And on the right side, activation internally and externally. So internally, we also have Braze, our marketing platform, as an example, voice of the customer feedback systems, and then also where we really can see the strengths of Telium CDP, then to external partners, Google, Facebook, and so on. A few numbers: 1,300 data points we have for some of the customer profiles. Of course, not for everyone, and this includes customer surveys, of course, and the survey can have, 50 attributes. But still, this is huge. And for us, it's very important that we have that in this CDPS place and have it really as a single customer view and get the data also back from all the systems we are connected to. This makes up 450 terabytes of structured customer data. And this is from 90 million customer profiles. And remember, 2 transactions per year. So most of these are not really active. So it's always very difficult to keep them alive. And as another example, we sent out more than 20 billion recommendations. Now a bit more on the CDP itself and how we use them. And we have a long track record with Telium. So our first rollout was, I think, more than 10 years ago even. But we're still learning, we're still leveraging, because this platform gets further developed. And of course, we want to use all of that in the future. And so far, again, it's an ecosystem we have here. It's not just a single tool or single platform. So things play together. CDP in the center of it. Then we have Braze, our marketing platform. We have our data science platform, and then our analytics platform, which is CDS. And we see more or less 3 categories. And one category is the marketing spend optimization. So we want to suppress customers, of course, and don't throw money on them where we shouldn't, because somebody has a booking already. We did a recent CRM interaction already. Why should we go out again? Or likelihood to book from the Telium Predict module as another example. Then we have improved targeting based on historical behavior. So a destination the customer has gone to in the past is another example. And of course, also for our own e-commerce, which is the third category, as mentioned, recommendations is an example for that. And I'm not sure if you know the Brother Grimm here with their fairy tales. And I always say Hansel and Gretel, they knew it. Breadcrumbs are important. And so it is for us. So we have to identify our customers. I think this is the challenge all of you have. We have to get from the anonymous user to a known customer and ideally bring them into our loyalty programs. And a good example, and it's really not about the details here, but a good example of the complexity we have is abandoned cart customer journey. In this cycle, this can take, 2 weeks or so. And it can break up everywhere. So from the top left, the customer puts something in the shopping cart and leaves your website. And then you start to target. You might come back. And then, of course, you want to incentivize as much as possible that we got a login and then, of course, a conversion. So one more detailed example from what we do with CDP or what we do in that space, and that is room upgrades. So you know you want to go to Spain, good. You know in which hotel you want to go, also good. But now you're left with a choice of rooms, and that can be 50 or more. So our hoteliers, they are really creative in inventing room types. And in the past, you really lost with it. So you know your family, but what should I pick now? And now we are able to really make a recommendation. What's really the best fit for you in that hotel out of the customer profile? It might be a simple case, so just family segmentation. So of course, we will offer you the family room, but it could be also be more sophisticated out of your track record. So in a nutshell, think about your customer-centric strategy, implement a data-driven culture and leverage your data. Ensure create moments that make life richer and to close the loop so your customers live happy. Thank you very much.